Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode. In today's episode, we're going to be focusing on gathering some additional ores through the use of the laser drill as well as the ore laser base. But before we get into that, I would like to go over something within our refined storage system that I realized off camera was an issue. And that is crafting these various amounts of essence. When I created the pattern for crafting, say, this supremium essence, it utilizes a crystal that is at 100% or 10 or 1,000 uses, which simply is always going to result in us having to craft a fresh infusion crystal, when in fact we actually have a surplus of these infusion crystals because as I've crafted various amounts of essences over time, they've accumulated, and as a result, they've never been fully utilized. So that's one thing that I would like to bring to light, that you guys be careful of if you are playing along and you are utilizing the refined storage system and their patterns. Be very wary of how these infusion crystals are utilized. Me personally, I'm going to be crafting these various essences and their various levels manually from here on out. Now, in today's episode, I also want to craft the Netherite Seats. So if we take a look here, there we go. It is a tier 5 seed, yes, but we can see that we need 4 pieces of netherite ingots, as well as 4 pieces of supremium essence, as well as the prosperity seed base in order to craft this item. Now, I already have gathered the 4 pieces of netherite ingots. How? Again, if we take a look back here in the last episode, I had set up this basalt generator over here with the igneous extruder to create the basalt, and we have a good amount of basalt stored away, and it's currently being sluiced over and over until we get ourselves some debris scrap. So I've already made the various netherite, the ancient debris, and we take a look now. I already have the 4 pieces of netherite. So let's get the prosperity seeds so we can actually craft. Okay, now that we're over here, let's bring this all into the hotbar. Let's put our prosperity seed base there. Okay, and that's going to craft and create us and give us the netherite seeds, like so. So now let's simply fly back quickly over to our base over here. And let's get some farmland. Let me just quickly see if I have any extra farmland. I have some some level 3 one. I want to get a supremium one. Okay, so let's look up back again. Mystical agriculture. Let's get one of these crystals. Bring back this crystal. We're gonna need you. Send all that back. So even though this is a little bit more timely in terms of how long it is actually going to take us to craft these, since we have to do it manually, we're going to end up saving resources because we don't have to keep on crafting these infusion crystals. Okay, so now we have the supremium essence. Let me look back. Farmland. Okay, let's craft standard farmland. Let's go here, put that there. That gives us the supremium farmland. Okay. So for now, I'm just going to quickly go and dump you inside of here. I believe you're empty. Yes. Off camera, I also crafted the diamond seeds because I was able to get enough diamonds from our sluice over there. And well, now we have this diamond essence being accumulated. I also changed out the refined storage connector at the back of this take a look, right now it's currently an importer, and it's going to basically be importing all of the resources that this entire grow house produces into our refined storage system. Okay, now with those things out of the way, let's get into producing these laser drills and these ore laser base. So let's see what you'll actually need to produce a laser drill. So a laser drill is relatively simple. You'll need some pieces of plastic, some pistons, a simple machine frame, some gold gears, a piece of redstone, and a single diamond gear. As for our ore laser base, which is the one that we're particularly going to be focused on, we're going to need some iron ore, iron clusters, some diamond gear, some redstone, some plastic, and a diamond pickaxe. Okay, now I've already set patterns for these things, so I can simply search it up, and you can see these are the patterns that are within our refined storage system. You're going to need to craft one ore laser base. I've already crafted 4 laser drills, and I'm going to craft an additional 4 more. So let's craft these. We should have all the resources that we need, and once those are fully produced, I'll be right back. Okay, so now this laser drill has fully been produced. The next thing that we're going to need is some light blue laser lens, which, if we can simply click on that, and see, this is the recipe for it. Some 4 pieces of basically any glass plane, and some light blue dye. And to get the light blue dye, it's essentially it's basically taking some blue dye and some white dye, and you're going to get 2 pieces of light blue dye. So basic stuff that you can easily do in your refined storage system to basically create these light blue laser lens. And the reason why we're going to be utilizing this is because at the lower levels, if we take a look, and I believe it may be on the second page, we can get ourselves diamond ore at a range of minimum Y and a maximum of 16Y. And that's going to make sense in a little bit. So let's hop on that. Okay. Now I've crafted this atomic disassembler, which is actually really simple to craft. It only requires 4 pieces of infused alloy, a single atomic alloy, a refined obsidian ingot, and an energy tablet. And this is going to replace the basic the tools that I was using prior. So let's pop a hole there. I probably should slow this down. Let's put it at the normal speed. Okay, that's middle. Yeah, that's the middle. Let me hop down here, put that. And let's get our quantum entangler porter out. And let's set this to the wind channel. Let's make sure our energy, we're going to set all sides to output. And we want this to be on, the eject to be on. Oop, I need to break one hole back here to just simply hop back up. Let's put that there. Okay, so now we're going to put the laser ore base. Where did it place? Okay, I have no idea how it is placed there, but okay then. So why are you placing there? It's placing underneath. That's not supposed to happen. Okay, hang on. I think I know what I'm placing this wrong. Let's hop on the side. Ah, there we go. Placed correctly now. Let's break right around this, like so. Let's get some cables. Now I've crafted some ultimate universal cables. These are the highest version of cables that you can get from a mechanism. I'm going to attach it right around like so. Now we can move this. I'm going to put this like so. Okay. And now we're going to come with our laser drill. I'm going to basically shift click. Well, we don't have to shift click, but yeah, you probably should. So you won't enter into the laser ore base. And we're going to place them as so. Now, the reason why we want to place them right around it is, if we can see here, this is the range in which a single laser drill has. And within this block here, you must have one laser ore base at least. So there you go. You can see the target, and the target block is actually, I believe, this block, if I'm not mistaken. And now we're going to place down the rest of these. So we're going to go slow. So, and so. Okay, now in our laser ore base, we're going to place each of these laser lens. And we're going to reduce the depth all the way down to somewhere between Y level 5 and Y level 16. Okay, so I've clicked all the way down to Y level 10. And now we're going to start getting some additional ores here. Hopefully we can get ourselves some diamond ore, but there is a way to make this a little bit faster. One way is, of course, expanding this. So I believe we go, I'm going to clear out the area for it. I believe it's, we can maximum go is this amount, if I'm not mistaken. Not that one, sorry. This one. 1, 2, 3, 4. Nope. 3. So from here, I believe, yeah. We just put this there for now. We can attach an additional set of laser drills to this to fill up this area on each side, as well as, if we go, wrong thing. This is the wireless crafting grid that I have out right now. If we look up for the speed, now I did craft some processing, but not much. Yeah, I only crafted one. We can put each of these, we can give them, each of them, a individual speed upgrade, which will help their process be completed much quicker, which in turn would net us some additional, well, ores a lot faster, and this progress bar to go up quite a bit faster, actually. So that's one thing to know. Now, I'm going to let this fire off for a little bit, and I may actually go and start working on getting myself some additional laser drills. So I'll be back when I do. Okay, so some time has passed, and I've crafted about a total of 32 laser drills. That's including the original 8 that I had actually set up. So this is the entire shape that we actually have right now. It kind of looks like a big old gamepad though. But this is the maximum size. If we take a look here, we can see it encapsulates the one ore laser base that we have placed in the center. And if we go around and do that to each one on the outer rim, we'll see that that one ore laser base is encapsulated. If we were to expand this one more, unfortunately, the drill itself would tell us that no target is found. In other words, it's not able to detect or pick up any ore laser base. Now with this fully functioning and fully firing, we're capable of gathering a good amount of ores. And so we now need to actually start transporting this ore. Let me find back at, here it is. Let's head back up top and let's deposit this for now. Now you guys remember that Nether Essence that I had actually crafted. We're going to make use of that right now. So we're going to craft as much of these netherite ingots as we can. And we're going to start creating a network receiver. As well as, nope. Okay, here's the network receiver. And lastly, we're going to craft ourselves a network transmitter. So let that go off. I probably should add these as a pattern. Check and see if I have this already. No, I don't. Okay, let me save this as a pattern so I can easily create this in the future. Now the receiver, now the transmitter, like so. Okay, and let me put this, yeah, inside this one here. So now if we switch it up, transmitter, there we go. So now we have the network transmitter and the network receiver. Last thing I believe that we're going to need is a network card. Which I have one stored, but don't know how to make it. Let's switch it up. It's a relatively simple process to make this network card. So those two things, and I think I should get me one importer as well since we're here. Okay. So now let's hop down here. Let's place the importer right there. Now this is where I can't remember exactly. Is it the transmitter? Okay, let's see. I believe that's the correct orientation. Yes, that is the correct orientation. So on top of our laser base, we have one importer connected to a network receiver, and up top, connected into our refined storage system, we have a network transmitter with a network card. This network card is actually linked to our network receiver down below, which you can simply get by shift clicking onto it with the network card in your hand. And now all of our resources are actually going to be, so let's search up ore. We can see that these ore resources here will slowly but surely increase over time. Here we go. So now we are actually generating ore, because this entire process does not actually remove any ore. This generates ore for us. Okay. So now we have the laser drills fully functioning with the speed and the processing tier upgrades applied to them. The last thing that I want to do is get myself some of the efficiency upgrades placed into our machines. And to get the efficiency upgrade, we're going to requires us to have some blaze rods. So we need these blaze rods. But these blaze rods, you can only get them in the Nether. So if we take a look at paintings here, we can see that there are a few types of painting. First one here is just the basic painting, which transports you to no real specific region. It's the basic. Then you have the overworld painting, which requires some dirt and some logs, as well as the standard painting in a tempered glass jar with low temperature to create the overworld painting. Then we have the nether painting, which requires 4 pieces of obsidian, 4 pieces of netherrack, the painting, and combined in a tempered glass jar with low temperature to give ourselves the nether painting. Lastly, we have the end painting, which requires 4 ender pearls, 4 eyes of ender, the basic painting, and combining that in a tempered glass jar using low temperature to give you the end painting. Now I did have footage of me crafting that. Unfortunately, that I had lost that footage, so I have those things set up over there, as well as my first few moments in the nether has actually been lost. Now, to set up these paintings, it's really simple. All you need is a 3x4 area, basically, a 3x4 flat surfaced wall, and you can place the painting down. Now over here I have the nether painting, and over there is the end painting. In the nether, I had already placed the overworld painting for us to actually return right back here, because even though we place this painting over there, it doesn't create a portal or a way for us home. Hence, you will need to get yourself the overworld painting. Before we go into the nether, there is something that I would like to draw your attention to, and that is cardboard boxes. So if you take a look over here, cardboard boxes are manufactured using 4 pieces of sawdust, and to get this sawdust, the best way really is the pulverizer, because you can take a piece of wood and it breaks it down into 8 pieces of sawdust. Again, I had already crafted a few of these and have them as such in my refined storage inventory. So let's actually go into the nether now. So all you have to do is go up to the painting and jump right into it. and you'll actually be teleported into the Nether. In the Nether, as I said, this is the overworld painting, and if you jump into it, you'll be returned into the overworld. Over here, in the Nether zone, basically, Netherworld, as you guys can see, it's completely filled with lava, with very few spots, like such as this over here, where you can actually land or stop at. The obsidian boat is what we're actually going to be utilizing to actually traverse this entire Nether region, because this obsidian boat, 1, doesn't sink, and 2, doesn't burn up when it's placed into the lava. Now, this was a structure, the first structure that I came across in the Nether. I already started capping it and taking out the mobs inside of it, which, believe it or not, was actually the blaze that we actually needed. Now, this is where the cardboard box is going to come into play. So as we work our way down, we'll just remove some of these mobs here. So as we work our way down, did I pass it? No, I did not. Okay. So as we work our way down, here is the spawner. Now I'm just going to click for demonstration purposes and remove it. But this is the spawner right here. To prevent it from spawning, we can basically toss on a cardboard box. Let me take care of this blaze, like so. And you can take any pickaxe or any hammer, yeah, any pickaxe. I'm not sure if any hammer will break it, but any pickaxe really, and you can pick it up pretty quickly. So therefore, it gives you the ability to pick up spawners, which may require you to actually have silk touch. I'm not really sure in this mod pack, but as you guys probably are aware, I haven't even messed with enchantments. So the atomic disassembler doesn't actually have silk touch at all, but the cardboard box gave us the ability to pick up the spawner regardless of if our tool had silk touch or not. So with that in mind, we can actually return home. Oops, I overshot. Let's hop into a painting, unless you can't. Hang on, let's see. Okay, yeah, we could jump into it. That's one thing that I dislike with this particular jetpack. It overshoots sometimes. Okay. So now that we have the blaze rod, now in that entire process I did kill a few blazes. Let's see if I have enough blaze rods to actually create a blaze essence. So we can create blaze essence, and to get blaze essence we need a blaze seed. And to do the blaze seed, oh, we need a soldier. Okay, so it's not actually created that way. Well, there's an easier way. So let me clear my inventory. I never, well, saw that before. Put those things away. How many blaze rods do I have? I don't believe I have enough at all. Yeah, I only have 12 blaze rods. Oh, unfortunately, we can't craft it using the blaze powder. Okay. So I'm going to build myself a mob crusher. This is the other version of the mob, what's called the mob slaughter factory that we're actually utilizing. So I think we should be able to do this. Get a few books. And let's control click. Oh, we're missing some netherite. Let me go get that. All we have to do is head back over here. Grab this. Put that in there. And let's look up to. Oh, we need a high temperature. Luckily we have this. Oh, didn't mean to break so much. Bring this across like so. Let's look it up. Alright, let this do. I can speed this up using this time in a bottle. It should be done. There we go. That's 9 pieces of netherite scrap. And with that, then put it into our system. Right, we should be good. to create the mob slaughter factory. The mob crusher, not the slaughter factory. And send this back because it will. Let me see if you're finished. Okay, the dissolution chamber is empty. What about here? Okay, no. And there we go, the mob crusher. Okay, so now I'm gonna get me some building blocks, and I'm gonna build a chamber similar to our mob farms over there that I have in that building for our blaze spawner. So I'll be back when it's completed. I have built a 9x9 box inside of here. That's where the blaze will basically be spawning. Now it's time to place down the mob crusher. So we're gonna break this block right here. We're gonna place that down. And if we check the working area of this, obviously, this is too small, so we need to put a range upgrade. So I'm going to put a tier 5 in it, and that's going to encompass the entire area that the blazes could potentially be spawning. Next, now that that's sorted out, I'm going to hide this back. We're going to put a speed and a processing tier in there, so it's going to operate very quickly. Now we need to give it power, so I'm going to break this, break that. I'm going to pop down here. We're going to assign this to the wind channel, and we're going to go to power on all sides. I'm not really sure which one is which, so that's getting power now, so we can put back our floor. And lastly, we just need to put now I had crafted 2. I'm going to put a common black hole tank, an advanced black hole tank, which should give us enough storage for essence, which we want to be pushed out to the top. Oh, I forgot one important thing, which let me see if I have, which is a transmitter and a receiver. We're going to need to make one of you. And one of you. Did I teach the system how to make a network card? No, I did not. Okay, let me quickly do that. And network card. Shouldn't be too bad. Right, there's the transmitter, there's the receiver. And here's our network card. Oh, an importer. Don't need that. There we go. So, with that now, we're gonna come, actually, here's what. We're gonna move you. We're gonna put that tank right here. We're gonna tell it to put the essence. Push it through to this side. And we're gonna come with, I believe it's a transmitter here and the importer. Okay, not the transmitter, my bad. The receiver. Right, that's correct one. And now we're gonna link that there. Let's quickly go back to the main base, which is over here. For some odd reason, anytime I go into another world, say like into the Nether, the jetpack sounds are glitching out. I'm not quite sure why, but if you're wondering how it is that we're flying and there is no sound, that's why. And now we're just gonna put that card in there, and let's zip back across to our mob area. Up down, up down. Okay, now these should be fully set up. So I'm gonna break into here. I know, pretty wasteful, but it is what it is. Oh my, I swear. This jetpack, it's good, but it's a little too obnoxious when it's ready. Okay, so now the blazes, they're spawning, and whatever, mobs will produce essence. I believe we should be getting our blaze rods. Okay, so this way they won't generate. Okay. So they're being instantly killed. And if we go, we'll take a look over here. Look up blaze rods. We have 18 blaze rods, so remember that number. Let me go back in range of this to be sure. And the blazes are going to be in. Okay. So this is fully working. Alright, so the mob crusher is the first, well, yeah, the first one that we have that can actually kill the mobs and give us the looter items from them. So, unlike the mob slaughter factory, which is over there, which produces liquid meat and pink slime only when it kills a mob, that's all it does. This one, the mob crusher over here, kills the mobs well as soon as it could, and creates or gathers the loot, which is then imported into our network receiver. So you see, we just saw another blaze rod there for a brief moment before it was imported into our system. As well as it actually does produce something called essence. Essence has a greater purpose, which allows us to basically infuse our items, or enchant our items, sorry, not infuse, enchant our items run with various enchantments. So we ourselves won't necessarily need to have the levels, but you will need the required amount of essence. So I'm gonna let this fire off. As you can see, it's creating quite a good bit of stuff for us. And once it has enough, I'm going to create, where is it? Let's just take a look and see how much it has. Yeah, 35 in such a short period of time. Okay, so while it's doing that, here's what we're going to do. We're actually going to go, let me see if I had already set that pattern up off camera for this, for the efficiency upgrade. We take a look right here in our dissolution chamber. We can see, yes, our efficiency upgrade is there. So for those anyone wondering how to get the efficiency upgrade, if you can't recall, yeah, it is the tier 2 efficiency. We're going to need 2 diamond gears, 2 pieces of, well, 2 blaze rods, 2 glass plane, and some redstone. Now, that would mean for us to do the 33 blocks that we have below, which, let's hop back down here. Each of these blocks, which we have 32 of the laser drills, and the last block here is the laser ore base, which you can put, I believe you can put on opus. Let me see, I have one. This is one here. And yes, the efficiency does go into it. For those that are wondering, why would we put an efficiency in it? Because this is already ticking off pretty quick. Well, I'm just trying to complete this in terms of like all the upgrades that we can really put into it. So as you can see, the process is at out of 50. If you take an efficiency tier upgrade and put it into it on the tier 2, that drops it down to 40. So it even it shortens it. May not be that by much, but hey, beggars can't be choosers. And well, this system is getting us a lot of ore. Because if we hop back up and just search ore again, that's how much ore I've been able to gather for past, now this is, time has passed, a good bit of time has actually passed, but a lot of ore has been, accumulated over time. So let me check back that blaze rod supply. 35. Okay, the reason why is because we're not actually standing there. So I'm gonna go back to our blaze spawner, and once that's finished generating enough blaze rods, I will craft the efficiency tier 2 upgrades. I'll see you guys when that's done. So I have crafted the 32 efficiency tier 2 upgrades that we needed, and now it's time for us to simply insert them down below. Alright, let's hop down. Let's start inserting these. And we need to do this into each one of the, oh, you already have. Fortunately, we need to break this and head down. Why are you guys here? Come on. Get them out of here. And I believe for this one, yes. Place this back. So now our entire laser drill setup is fully as optimized as it can be. It has the maximum size, maximum amount of blocks placed that we can to work off of one ore laser base drill, sorry. And well, this is pretty much as fast as it can get, I believe. So the ore should be, yep, as soon as it pops in, it's just gone. That's good. Okay, so I think that's where I'm gonna wrap up today's episode. It was mostly focused around getting ourselves those laser drills fully functioning and fully set up. And as you can see, they are very useful to have. Much more useful than, say, some of the other methods that we have been utilizing thus far to gather various ores. But nevertheless, that sluicing method over here of gathering some of these ores will remain operational and running. You may not be fully reliant on it at this point, but it's still worthwhile to have it, as it can gather different items that we may not be able to gather through our laser drill setup. So I'm going to leave this to work on in the background while we move on to, say, other things in the next episode. So thank you all for watching and take care. Bye bye everyone.